Hello Game Satyrs, Righteous Gamer here. I've decided to go with my full nickname I chose as Righteous. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe someday soon or early next year, if enough viewers are interested, I'll provide a video explaining the reason behind the nickname and the name of my channel. For now, I'll stick with it and see how it turns out. Now, as this is my first review, there will be a few mistakes and certain parts of the game I didn't get to cover or play. In this case, I've not finished Spellforce 3 completely, and I haven't had a chance to play the multiplayer side of it. As a few viewers would know, I'm in the process of moving, and for the last 2 days I've been away checking out the new house and where exactly I'll be setting up. Once I've gotten all my stuff there, I'll provide an update vlog on my progress and when I can start another review. For now, just know that as I continue to produce more content, I'll get better at timing, editing, and how I get my opinion across to you. And with your help and support, as well as any words of encouragement you might offer me, I know I can and will improve not just my self-confidence, but also the quality of my videos. With that said, let's dive right into the review. Spellforce 3 is a perfect blend of RPG RTS style gameplay. The story of Spellforce 3 begins 200 years before the events of Spellforce, where the land of Ao is whole, rather than split into islands only accessible via portal. You begin the game by first playing as General Sentenza Noria, voiced by Doug Cockle, who also voiced Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher franchise. Playing as General Noria serves as a tutorial to the basics of unit management, unit strengths, weaknesses, construction, gathering raw materials, and of course, combat. During the opening mission, you are introduced to a variety of characters apart from Noria, characters like Isamo Tahar, who is a renegade mage that started a war that would later be known as the Mage Wars. From this point, you are also introduced to your own character. Now, after choosing a gender, whether male or female, you are then tasked with choosing between 3 of 6 talents. White Magic, which is the healer class. Black Magic is a blend of life-stealing and debuffing spells. Elementalism is fire and ice magic. Discipline is your standard tank. Brutality is melee DPS, and archery is ranged DPS. Each talent offers you its own skill tree from which to learn new skills and improve upon them. And being the main character, you also acquire a 4th skill tree called Leadership, which offers you hero and unit buffs, as well as building buffs to increase construction speed and unit production. After creating your character, you find yourself in Greykeep, one of the major cities in Ao. It is here, 8 years later, that your story begins. Here you play as the treacherous son or daughter of Tahar, who was about to be executed before Noria saved you. After saving you, General Noria takes you under his wing to be trained, and at some unknown point enlists you into the Wolf Guard of the Queen's Royal Army. It is during this time that you learn of a plague known as Bloodburn, sweeping across Ao, affecting all the races. You're tasked with uncovering the source of this plague and finding a way to put an end to it. After learning the plague is magical in nature, you realize you'll need more help than you expected. Early in the game, you take ownership of the lost city Mulandir, once governed by an ancient race called the Shapers. It is from here that you rally different races and factions to help you find a cure to the Bloodburn. Each race comes with their own leaders and vendors which sell blueprints for units and structure upgrades. These upgrades reduce the cost of units and also reduces the construction speed for building structures. Traveling around Ao, you will encounter different craftsmen like a blacksmith, armorsmith, and even an architect that will join you and help strengthen your base of operations. These vendors will also provide you with weaponry, armor, and several plans. But that's not all. There are a wide variety of companions, from powerful mages to sturdy tanks and melee or ranged DPS, that will join you on your quest to find a cure to the Bloodburn plague. Total of 3 companions, totaling your group at 4 that can accompany you on your travels around the different mission areas. And each companion will also offer their own unique skill tree that sets them apart from each other and yourself. So now that is the backstory, main story, and a bit about the different aspects of Spellforce 3. So what exactly has improved from the previous titles? Well, there are both minor and major improvements in Spellforce 3 that really set it apart from the previous titles. One of the major improvements, and the most obvious, is the graphics. The new graphic engine for Spellforce 3 is amazing, showing off beautifully detailed landscapes like lush jungles and forests to breathtaking city scenery and even underground dungeon zones. Adding to the realism of the world of AO are several minor improvements. The little details such as smoke rising from chimneys in city districts, to birds flying overhead, to people wandering around the city, farming their fields, or just standing there talking with other NPCs. All this immerses you deeper into the world of AO and keeps you playing Spellforce 3. Another major improvement is the hero unit design, behavior, animation, both movement and combat. However, there are a few minor issues that arise during the game. First, the dialogue doesn't match what is being said to what is written in the text box, and vice versa. Several spelling mistakes or missing words are present in some of the dialogue between companions, and some of the dialogue between faction leaders or NPCs that you need to talk with that aren't necessarily a part of your group. Several of the companions sound emotionless, dull, or just bored with the text they are reading from. Not a lot of side missions. The best example I can give is running around the city streets, gathering portal stones with nothing to do in between. If there were more side quests in between that would make it a lot more interesting and worthwhile. Lastly, there aren't as many missions involving the different races. Since I haven't finished Spellforce 3, I can only hope that changes in the coming missions. I've only encountered one mission so far that allows me to choose which race I want to come and help me. Whether it be human, elf, or orc. I don't know if there's dwarf, or troll, or even night elves available. Now, as of right now, I've not come up with my own game rating system. I'm working on that, so please be patient. I'm still working on all of this between moving. As it stands though, I believe a 7 out of 10 is more than enough for Spellforce 3. There is a lot here, and it is well worth your money. But I feel there could have been a lot more added into this. More side quests in between main missions, more interesting and less emotionless, boring companions. I would have liked talking between my party members while we traveled together. A little bit of humor goes a long way. But, as I said, those are minor issues. Now, Spellforce 3 offers players the perfect blend of RPG and RTS, and I know I've said that before. But it doesn't overpower or outshine one or the other. Now, that's all I have for you guys. I'll do an update video once I finish Spellforce 3, and whether my 7 out of 10 goes up or down based on the ending, and whether there are more available missions where I can choose what race I want to come help me. Well guys, thank you for watching Game Staters. Stay vigilant, and I'll see you on the battlefield.